Hi, it's Amanda. I wanted to start out by saying I wanted to do this video. I do these videos to get my thoughts and feelings out, with the hope of bringing even just one person to Christ. So you might say, what does Beyonce and Jay-Z have to do with Christ? Well, young people are not just going to start watching a man talk about the Bible when they don't know what he's talking about or understand it. For an example, even I've been a Christian and a believer since I was 6. But then when I heard of the Mandela effect, it led me to the AI robots and then to the Illuminati. And with my research, I have become closer with God. And my eyes have been open, and the veil has been somewhat lifted. I say somewhat lifted because the veil has not completely been lifted. So let's say you have a person that doesn't know about God or doesn't believe in the devil or God, and maybe they might see this video and it'll make them think and it'll make them do their own research, and then step by step they become closer to God. Maybe they realize there are Satanists, and if there's Satanists, then there's a devil, and if there's a devil, there's a God. And it just brings them closer to God. So in this video, I'm going to show like the signs, symbols, and images, and pretty much showing that, the Illuminati and the Satanists, they pretty much go hand in hand. And if they're not Satanists, why do they promote the devil? So there is a lot to talk about Beyonce and Jay-Z. And you can just go research for yourself. Actually, I prefer that you do that and come up with your own conclusions after watching this video. But there has been so many coincidences that there can't be that many coincidences. I can't even say the word right now. And I'm not saying all entertainers or child molesters or Satanists, but it is happening and we need to do something. But this one is just about Beyonce and Jay-Z and how there's a lot of weird things going on. Okay, let's start with Jay-Z. His favorite number is 4. The meaning of God, setting of all things in order. Okay, so that's good. A square, no weak points. A solid, enduring, built to last. Also the 4 elements, air, fire, water, and earth. Also north, east, south, and west. And the archangels, Gabriel, Michael, Raphael, and Lucifer. He was born on the 4th. Beyonce was born on the 4th. Their child was born on the 8th. So it's 4 plus 4 equals 8. I mean, it just keeps going and going. And I mean, why are all these 4s connected to them? Also, he did an album, which is right here. One was 444, and the other was Blueprint 3-222. Now, 3222 is the Freemason, and of course, if you add the numbers, you get 666. Now, the meaning of archangel is of high ranking. Also, Lucifer was the musical angel, which makes sense since he uses most of his ways to control people or get to people is through music. The meaning of 444 is a message that the angels and archangels are with you. On to the child, Blue Ivy, which they promote, and they also say that they're going to promote any chance they get. And they've started her clothing line. Now, so I looked up what blue is, and blue can also mean butterfly. Blue is born living under evil. Ivy is illuminates, and blue blood is a member of a noble society or prominent family. So, butterfly meaning is a miracle of transformation and resurrection. In the old world, the connection was thought to be negative, and the butterfly was thought to be the spirit of the dead. Ivy is a noun, a hydra, which is a heart, helix, which is DNA and blood, and a scissors, I don't know how to say it, and it has a couple of meanings, but some are down to earth, beautiful, joker. It also is a device for sensing. It's measuring a point of an open source that measures the temperature, pressure, and humidity, and can be connected to Bluetooth. So you can also look up where the name Bluetooth comes from. Also, if you take Blue Ivy's name and you put it backwards in Latin, it means Lucifer's daughter. Okay, so now I'm going to be throwing out some dates. First is Jay-Z. His first time on MTV Raps was in 1989. In 1996, he released Knock the Hustle and Brooklyn's Finest. Even though audience didn't like it, it still was considered the greatest album of all time. Take note, Tupac died September 13th, 1996. Then, his volume number 2, Hard Knock Life, was said to be the most successful commercial single till date. Note, Biggie Small died in 1997. So, we know you have to sacrifice a friend or a loved one when you're selling the soul to the devil. So I guess this is just more coincidences. And with Beyonce, she started out with Destiny's Child in 1990, but really became famous when she went solo and featured on Jay-Z's 2003 Bonnie and Clyde. It was number 4 on the Billboard. Destiny's Child split up in 2005. Aaliyah died in 2001. So, after a friend dies, her career blows up. Okay, on those last dates, for some reason it's not matching up, so, but I'm not going to go back and fix it. You do the research. I was either wrong or I'm right. So, we know that the government does stunts and does trending things to make us look one way while they're doing nefarious things under our nose. We also know that they have agendas that they want to push, and they use these so-called icons to push these agendas. So Beyonce and Jay-Z talk about the Trayvon Martin case all the time. And they turn it into this race, white and black, and it's dividing us instead of keeping us together. And he didn't deserve to die. Now, some people may say that the government had him killed, and that's the reason Zimmerman got off. But I don't think they had him killed. I think that it so happened to happen, and they just went with the story and decided they could use this for an agenda. And they might have helped Zimmerman get off just to make people even madder. Basically, back in like the O.J. Simpson case, which is for another video. This is the Almighty Stance. Okay, now they spell out the halo with their bodies in a winged serpent pose. So right here during the Super Bowl, you have her doing the peace sign, which as we know is the upside down cross. And then they go and they do the X.
A little bit all around. I feel a little shaky. I don't know what's wrong with me. No, but it's good. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. You got to get it.
Alright, this next one's particularly important because of what she says. She says the Holy Ghost and demons do not like the Holy Ghost.
You have to have a certain amount of distance between the bodies in your high.
Yes, like they say in Catholic school, leave room for the Holy Ghost. Anyway, there is a lot of memories today, actually. It's a big day in music history.
35 years ago today, Elvis Presley passed away, the king of rock and roll. And as Mark Cohn says in his great song, Walking in Memphis, there's a pretty little thing waiting for the king down in the
presidential election campaign in the 1990s, we can see that Bill Clinton was nothing more than a puppet to the puppet masters which placed him in the White House. Bill Clinton's demeanor seems to be similar to a person who is under a hypnotic trance.
Well, I hope this video made you at least think about what's really going on and to remember that Christ is the only way to heaven. Just to believe in the Lord. And if you ever have a demon or anything that feels very uncomfortable around you, just say out loud, in God's name, I demand you to leave me alone, and they have to leave. Hey, so I just wanted to add that even when you become a Christian, it's not that all temptation will leave. It's not that the devil will leave you alone. In fact, that he will push harder. And all you have to do is believe in God and realize that when he pushes, get mad and just push right back. And just tell him you're not going to take it. You're not going to fall for it because you have God on your side. And just remember that. And just love the Lord.